Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. How are you? I hope your Sunday's going well. Just gone 5 o'clock here in the UK and you're back to normal now, aren't you, in the US? You're midday Eastern, 9 o'clock Pacific time, so hope you are well. This is all part, of course, of our new content that we're bringing to you on a weekend. You're going to find a craft along each and every Saturday and Sunday, 5 o'clock UK. So we had a fun one yesterday. Today, we are going to be having a look at, well, a brilliant collection which I know hundreds of you picked up over the course of birthday. It was in fact the collection that our birthday event was based around and the collection that launched on the very first day. I am of course talking about the beautiful, stunning, still I think my favourite launch of birthday, Vintage Vegas collection. The great news about this is in this craft along, you have got the opportunity to pick up all of the options. Unbelievably, we've still got showstopper options available for you, bonus buy bundles available for you, all the individuals available as well. So very exciting. If you missed out on it on birthday, grab it today. I'll give you all the details in just a little bit. But if you've already got it, what you'll have in this show is a brilliant project for you to be able to tackle. Either do it now along with us, or indeed you've got it further down the line when your goodies arrive. Not me leading the craft along. Can you imagine? That would be funny. I mean, I could probably provide some musical entertainment, but no, we want to do some crafting. And the lady to lead this amazing, and it is an amazing project, is the one and only Barnsley bombshell, Debby Robinson. How are you?
I am absolutely so excited about this one. I'm sorry, but I am, because I love the Vintage Vegas. It's by far one of my favourite launches that we did over birthday. I have loosely based this on Belvis himself, may I add, because I've added our gorgeous The King die into this. But we are going to make this tweezel card, a lovely twisted easel, using just a few of the elements from that gorgeous collection. And it is, of course, a real-time crafting where we're going to get this done in the hour. Fingers crossed.
You will.
But I hear you cry, what do I need, Debbie?
What do I need, Debbie?
This craft along? Well, let me tell you what you're going to need with the menu. It is the Vintage Vegas, of course. I have used the You're the Jackpot stamp set, the Royal Flush stamp and die set, the King die set.
Thank you very much.
I love him, I absolutely adore him. The 12 by 12 paper pad alongside the A4 linen cardstock. So they're the main elements that I've chosen from the Vintage Vegas. I've brought in some tri-blend colours. Now the three that I've used that aren't mentioned there are indeed the dark red blend, the gold brown blend and the ice grey blend, the noir black alcohol proof ink pad, and then all the additional things that you're going to need, of course, are your tools. And the tools are the Gemini die. Sorry, say that again, Debbie. The Gemini 2 die cutting machine. We've got the guillotine, a stencil and stamp platform, a Scoremaster scoreboard, white cardstock, black cardstock, all-purpose glue, tacky glue, and foam pads. So they're the kind of the tools that you need. Of course, colour-wise, you can change that up to whatever colours you want. They're just the three, personally, that I've used in this project. So I'm super excited to get going. So I'm going to get myself all ready, and we'll get cracking with this lovely little tweezel card.
Looks good, doesn't it? It looks like a brilliant project. If you have got it, then you can get your bits and pieces out and get ready to craft along. Like we say, if you haven't got time right now, this show will be there for you on Facebook and indeed on YouTube. But if you haven't yet got the collection, the best value for money way is to go for the showstopper, which is everything. It's a big, big collection. And what's so lovely about this is that you will get all of the elements for just £104 platinum or $136 if you're shopping in the US. That is your free shipping, of course, as well. And you'll also open up the bonus buy bundle too. But let me go through this at a fair old pace because we've got lots to get through with Debbie. But you're going to get all of your beautiful papers, and this paper pad, my, one of my absolute faves of all time, because we've captured the essence of Vegas in this pad brilliantly. And what I love about this also, and this sheet here is a brilliant example of it, you can cut these down into smaller components if you so wish. If you want your 4 6x6 papers, you can do that. But look at all these beautiful designs that we've done, both front and back. You know, we've kind of captured Vegas by day, Vegas by night. We've captured some beautiful retro designs in there as well. Lots of snippability into these too if you like to do your scrapbooking projects, but it is absolutely magnificent. The color tones are there. You've got all of those kind of aspects of Vegas. you know, from the landmarks. Love the fact that we've included the US flag in there, you know, and then you kind of get Vegas by night, Vegas by day. Of course, you've got your slot machines in there. You've got your roulette wheels as well. The famous kind of sights and sounds of Vegas. The king himself is there. The slot machines. It's a place I certainly would love to go and visit. But from what you guys told me, particularly those of you, I mean, look at that paper there. That is just absolutely glorious. I love it so much. Let me flip it round. Look at all of those sort of vintage playing cards that you've got on the reverse. But yes, to finish my sentence, a lot of you who live in America, particularly those of you who live in Las Vegas, said, do you know what? We've absolutely hit this out of the park as far as the designs are concerned. So that's your 12 by 12 pad, as you can see, beautiful, loads to be loving about that. You get that also included in the 6 by 6, so it's exactly the same, shrunken down, and you've then got your linen cardstock as well. So 24 sheets of that included. That also makes up your bonus buy. So if you decide that you go for the showstopper, you get this in the showstopper, and then you've got your bonus buy as well. So you pop this into your basket with your showstopper, and then that price is halved. So you pay just £14 or just under 20. I can't do the maths on that today for some reason. £19.60. There you go. So that's your bonus buy. But what else is in the bundle? Well, you get loads, absolutely tons. You'll see, of course, all the things that Debbie is going to be using with your Royal Flush. So that is stamp and dies for the cards in the Royal Flush. You get your chips there, and of course your lucky dice. You've got dies in here as well. You know, if you go to Vegas, you want a cocktail, so you can build up your own cocktail from the dies included. You've got that wedding chapel, which I think is absolutely beautiful. Stamps and dies included in there. Plus, all in to win, which is that slot machine. We then give you all of your different suits of cards, and then you've got the different designs to pop in to your slot machine. There's the king. It comes in multiple pieces there. So again, you can choose the kind of look of the king, choose the look of the suit, choose the shoes. Got to be blue suede, surely. You've got your Vegas skyline, as we've discussed. Great with that one as well, in the fact that if you do want to maybe pop that on something like a Z-fold card, you can multi-cut it and layer it all up. You've got your cool Cadillac in stamp form. What's really lovely about this as well is that you get the Vegas sign here. You'll notice that you've got the little areas here to pop your gems, so you can gem those up with your fabulous Las Vegas kit that you're going to get with this. So you've got the dies and the template there to be able to cut this out, stamp it out, cut it out, and then you've got the template to be able to layer in all of your sparkle to light up that sign. It's brilliant. You get all of the gems within the box, which is that one just there. You also do get another set of your bling on a roll, which is 2 more rolls of bling to go with. Stamps in here, so you've got the jackpot, all of your different sentiments, really fun sentiments in there. Love your cha-ching, your ace and more. You've got Debbie in there as well, our very own Vegas showgirl. There she is. There she is. Love the embossing folders, and again, I love the fact that we've done these on your mirror cards. So it just shows you how stunning these are, and it's brilliant because look, you've got your ace of spades on one, so that's the front of your card, and then you've got your reverse on the other. So really, really classy designs as far as your embossing folders are concerned. And then you've got your beautiful, fantastic foil transfers, and these really are amazing because you've got that gold, but then also like that holographic design through these, which is just amazing. And again, look at the designs from all of your different card suits to your Cadillac to your dice and your chips. You've got that beautiful Vegas sign there, again with all of those skyline bits and pieces. You've got your cocktail, you've got your jackpot. Again, you've got all of those amazing designs. Here again, look at that beautiful designs that you got. Vegas, baby, now showing. Love the fact that you've got the frames there as well, which you could stamp into if you wanted. And then you've got finally this set here, which is more of those Vegas signs and your roulette wheel. That was a quick whistle-stop tour of everything that you're going to get in that collection. It's a big one, £104, $136 if you're platinum. If you want to pick and choose any elements of that individually, you can. And if you already bought the Vegas collection, again, you might want to stock up on things like your papers. That's all there for you on the Shop the Show. But let's dive into it. Let's go to Vegas with Debbie and find out how we put this amazing project together.
And we're going to start with a card base. So we're going to create the card base, the mats and the layers, get those bits out of the way, and then we'll get onto the creative part using the collection. Now, if you've got 6x6 card bases, you can just take a 6x6 card base and score it to create your tweezel. If you've got A3 cardstock, you can cut it down to 12 by 6 and then put your score line in the centre at 6 inches. Or if you've just got standard A4 cardstock, which is what I'm going to show you with this, we can make it ourselves as well, just by taking a couple of sheets of that A4. So the first measurements I'm going to go with is a 7 inches by 6 inches. Which I know you're probably thinking, but that doesn't make a 6 by 6, Debbie, but it will do because we're going to put that score line into place and we're going to create our own base. So the first one is 7 by 6, put that to one side. This one will be 6 by 6, so we've got a 6 by 6 base, and this is how you can make your own card bases from scratch with your white cardstock. But like I said, if you've already got 6 by 6 card bases, then just use that, because it's super simple and super easy. Now, before we start cutting anymore, we're going to put our score line into place at 1 inch down this side. So bring in your scoreboard. I'm just using the Scoremaster, and I'm going to put in at 1 inch. So rather than trying to squeeze at that end, I'm going to come in at the 6 inch down here. And that's where we're going to get our attachment to our card. So if I just show you for a second, that's how you would create your base.
Okay.
But we want the tweezle part. So this is where, and I want you to just take your flap for a second and tuck that underneath. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a score line from this first score line up to the top one. So I'm going to line that on my board. And this is why it's always really useful to have like a black line down the middle of yours, so that you've got a visual of where you're going to go with that. So again, I'm just going to come in and take top to bottom. What you don't want to be doing is doing it over this end. So if I just lift that up, you don't want to be doing it like that, because that won't work, because don't forget that is tucking underneath. And then this bit, when we've put our burnish line in and our score line in, let me just grab my larger one. And give that a good burnish. And if I just move the scoreboard out of the way, because we won't be needing that now, that was literally it. If you're making your own card base, that creates the tweezle element. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick down. Now, two ways you can do it. You can either tuck it underneath or tuck it on the inside. I'm going to tuck mine underneath this side. And I'm just going to bring in our tape pen. Just a bit of glue down there. You could use wet glue if you wanted to use wet glue, or finger lift tape or red liner tape, just to hold that into place. And once you're happy with where that is, that has created our easel. Very quick and very simple. So nice and easy, that you can make your own card bases from even A4. Like I said, if you've got A3, then don't worry, because A3 is literally, you cut it to 12 inches by 6, you score it at 6 inches, and then you do exactly the same way. You take it from the top corner to the centre, done and dusted. And the same if you was using a 6 by 6 card base, you would use a 6 by 6 card base, and the only area that you're going to do that is by literally popping your score line in. So it's nice and simple, nice and easy, and makes a really nice, effective card. Now, there's nothing to stop your tweezle from going the other direction if you want it to as well. So, mats and layers. Let's get all of those bits out of the way. Now, I've chosen, and I've deliberately chosen this one. I absolutely love all the different things on this piece, but I just wanted a background piece, so I'm going to use an element of it, and I can't decide whether to use that one or both.
It's almost like a scrapbook page on its own, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. But what I've chosen to make it pop is the blue. So the blue that I've chosen, there is elements of that in there, and I think it just works really nicely together. But for our mats and layers, of course, this is a 6 by 6 base, and I work at 1/4 inch down. So we're going to come in at 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 for the mat layer on the bottom. So if I just bring that back in, that's going to sit there. We need to get this though, and this sometimes can be tricky. For those that don't know how to do it, I'm going to show you. Literally, you cut the same size, so it's 5 3/4 square by 5 3/4 square, and you should be able to get 2 pieces out of that one piece of A4. And then all you're going to do is put it onto your guillotine, and we're going to cut the top to top, and literally, if I can just angle it, can you see it's the point at the top that sits on the edge of the blade of the guillotine.
So it's what would have been your mat and layer, but just cutting it in half.
Exactly.
Yes.
We don't need one of those because
No.
the other one is going to sit, and you'll find it fits perfectly onto there.
Yeah.
And the next layers that we're going to do are, of course, with our patterned paper. So again, if you think about that 1/4 inch increment, and you can make it bigger if you want, that's my preference of how I work, is just to take it down that 1/4 inch. So this one will be a 5.5 square times 2, and exactly the same. So I'll show you what I mean. We're going to go in, cut that down to 5.5 inches, line that up, and we'll go in here. We'll have that end of that piece at 5.5, and then the same with this one, 5.5. Sure I've got that straight. Don't need to cut it the other way because I already know that that's 5.5, because obviously it's just come from that piece of cardstock. But all we're going to do is we're going to do exactly the same, where we take it up to the edge of the blade, snip that down. Again, you've got a piece there that you can decide on using. In fact, I'll use that one because that casino's going that way, and the direction that I'm having this, so it doesn't really matter because most of that is going to be covered up. So what we can do is we can now set about just sticking those mats and layers down. Now, if you want to be frugal, extract. And in fact, we've got a bit of time. We've got a bit of time. Let's just quickly do it because...
Well, you know how long you need, Debbie, so...
Exactly, we should be okay. So again, I'm just going to extract, and that's why you need a paper trimmer in your life, because it means that you don't have to use... And there's quite a nice bit of linen cardstock there in that gorgeous colour. The longevity of your collection means you've got that little bit extra, and again, it just takes that centre out. Really nice, really easy, because obviously I'm going to be covering that blank that's cut out, that extraction. It's better than that horrible other word, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, we don't like that other word.
Yeah, we don't like that one.
Extraction's a good one.
Extraction's a really good one. Actually,
Unless you're going to the dentist.
Exactly, unless you're going to a dentist, and then nobody wants to hear that word.
No.
Nobody wants to hear that. Oh, I hadn't had an extraction for ages.
Okay, I always forget because you were a dental nurse, weren't you?
Yeah, in my previous life, yeah.
How many years was that?
So I did, I think I did about a year in the dental practice as a dental nurse, but then moved to High Green, and I did because I wanted to come out of dentistry because of some of the horror stories. That's another show.
That is another show.
But I wanted to come out of that. But I went to another dental practice, and I was the head receptionist there for, I want to say 9 years before I came here. So yes, so thoroughly enjoyed my time, but I haven't had an extraction myself because having seen all those said horror stories, I really look after my teeth.
Same.
So that is your piece. Now, I've kept it in that direction because even though we're going to be covering some up of that, it really doesn't matter. If you want it to be directional, you could lift, so just for a second, just lift off. Depends on which direction you want it to go in when when you're looking at your card. But I'm happy with the direction I chose, so I'm going to put that back down. And that's the beautiful thing about using all-purpose glue, because you have that little bit of time to get that into place. Actually, Debbie, you've moved that now, haven't you? What you like. Let's just... I think producer Johnny realised I haven't got the right glasses on, and he just knew, didn't he?
It's been the saga of the glasses this week, isn't it? Dear, oh dear.
You could, of course, extract, a piece of that out if you wanted to, but I'm not really going to bother too much with that. I wouldn't be saving that much, to be fair, but I suppose it depends on how frugal you want to be. So I'm going to come in and pop that. If I just lift that there, you can see, giving it that frame. And again, using all-purpose glue. Wait a minute. Yes, right side. Just thought I'd double check then. To be fair, it's double-sided.
So much
Doesn't
choice.
really matter. You could use either side. But I want that colour, with the colour that I've chosen to pop.
Match, yeah.
I just thought it looked better on the more brighter side, or as we call it, the A side, as you'll often hear to us refer it. And that is your card base made.
Beautiful.
So that bit's done. The next bit that we're going to do is we're going to move on to, sorry, I'll just keep that there for you. So that's the bit done. We haven't got a flopper stopper in yet, but we will soon, because the next bit that we're going to move on to, now we've accomplished our card base, is we're going to use our dies and stamp sets. So my pieces that I've got ready are the sentiment parts, which is the You're the Jackpot. I've got the King. My God, I love him. And that's the die set. And then we've got the Royal Flush, because we are going to be using these fabulous stamps and die sets and do a spot of colouring as well. So I'm going to get ready for that bit, wipe all my glue up, because Debbie's realised I've got glue everywhere. It's one of those, do as I say, not as I do. But I'll clear my counter and we'll get ready for the next bit.
Excellent stuff. If you are loving this collection, opportunity to get it checked out right now, £104 or $136 for that full collection, plus your bonus buy option as well. Don't forget, if you want more of those papers, you can add those in and get them for half price when you pick up that showstopper. We will come back in about 4 minutes' time, ready for the next part of the brilliant demonstration on our craft along, and we'll see you after this.
I like to get up, chill, relax, get a cup of tea, then get sorted. And if I'm presenter, I'll write notes. If I'm demonstrator, I'll get my prep out, have another look at it, make sure that everything is the way it needs to be for the show, do the show. Then what I'll do is I'll grab something to eat. Then have another look at the sheets again, making sure the next show's all good to go. Then we do that show. I always like to make sure that the area is nice and tidy, either for myself the next day or whoever's in. Jump in the car, head home. I will quickly unpack what I need to unpack, and then I get on that sofa as quick as I can. As soon as we go live, I love that within our live shows, I always get the butterflies. As soon as we get that countdown in our ear that we're just going live, butterflies kick in, and within about 10-15 seconds, I'm going. Butterflies have gone, and we just enjoy the show. Early riser. Oh, shower in the morning. Tea. Oh, savoury breakfast. Masterclass. My mobile phone. Oh, anything with chicken. Currently, it is the weekend, Blinding Light, and it has been for about a couple of years, and I still love it. Apart from jumping in the car, chilling on the sofa, watching TV.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the product for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Delivery. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christmas chicken wrap. Barry White, you're my first, my last, my everything. go home and make the tea.
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. Don't forget, we are here every Saturday and Sunday now at 5 UK time for these pre-recorded craft along shows. We are now in the future. It's all a bit weird, really. It's not really Sunday. I mean, it is your Sunday, but it's not our Sunday. We're time travellers. So
I need to think about a dress change when we're doing these. You know, I've such a different dress in. Yeah, I think I really should do that. So.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think so, because they might guess when we did this, if they've been watching us today, live today, but not today because it's Sunday today.
Yeah,
so confusing.
If you want to find out when we did do this, just go back in the week and you'll be able to see what day we were wearing these clothes. Right, let's get back into it. So we've made our card base and done our mats and layers so far, Debbie, haven't we?
Yes, we have. And now we're going to do the creative side of it. So I've taken the jackpot and the royal flush. We'll come to the king because he's the die cutting element, but we'll come to him in a moment. Now I am using our new tool. Now I can never remember the proper name for this now.
What?
Because I still call it the stamping platform, but it's a sticky stamping platform. There's no magnets involved anymore, which I absolutely love. And also means that I get to use this all the time now, so I love this. So I'm going to come in and we're going to do a couple of these. So we can only stamp one of these at a time. So we're going to do these first and our chips. Yeah. All of the chips and our dice. So we're actually using all of that. Now, I want you to be careful when you're placing this. Don't go too close, because we're going to die cut. So we've got some metal dies that will fit around these. So what I'm going to try and do is enough space for when I've stamped them. In fact, I might put those up there. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And I might be able to get the other flush. We'll have a look.
Yeah.
Debbie, remember you've got a die cut there as well. In fact, I'll tell you what, we'll just use a couple of pieces of paper. It'll be absolutely fine. Now, the one that hasn't got the die cut is this, and we will fussy cut this out. Now, it's a case of choosing which one you want to use. Are you sending it for a birthday? What happens in Vegas, we'll never forget. So that's the one I actually used on my card. So I will use that one. So again, choose your sentiment. It's entirely up to you. It's your craft along project. You know what's best for your particular make. So I'm just going to put that down initially just to pick up all my stamps, and then that now is ready for inking. Now I am using tri-blend pens, so I am going to be using the rather dirty looking, let me just get rid of that, Noir Black alcohol proof, because it's the right one to use for our alcohol mediums. If you're colouring your images in with your water-based mediums, then please do use the waterproof. But for this particular craft along, I've chosen alcohol pens for colour. Now I'm going to stamp this take the ink and stamp that all the way across. If I've missed anything, I know that I'm going to be okay, because I've got a stamping platform that'll give me precision stamping every single time and just push that down. So again, I'm just going to cover the whole of the areas, and if I've missed anything, I'm not going to worry, because we'll just go back in. So I'll have a little look. Slight little bits there where I've not put enough pressure. Maybe I didn't put enough ink. So because it's a stamping platform and one of our new hero tools, we are going to just recover all of that. I actually think we've got a bit of a dry ink pad situation going off here. So would you remind me, Ben, after we've finished filming, that I'm going to get another one? Yeah. Because I think this has seen...
It's funny you're having a dry pad, because Sheena the other day, didn't she? She had one and it was like the juiciest pad.
Really?
Ever, yeah.
Lucky devil.
She sort of over-inked.
Oh, she over-inked.
Yeah.
Bless her. Well, I'm going to try, and if not, I'll just I'll run and go and grab another one. But I think we should be okay. But again, if you keep missing, it's absolutely fine. So I've just missed there, and I've just missed the time there. This bit's fine now, so I'm just going to try it just to make sure. Okay. Where did I say it was? That one and that one. We'll just go down there. But that's the beautiful thing of having. That's fine. Let one last time, just on that area.
So sometimes you don't have to even re-ink it because the ink's still on the stamp, isn't it?
No, sometimes it's just pressure, and I've often talked about said hand being a little tricky. Yeah. But yes, but done one, but I need two of these. So I could just restamp and in fact, no, I'll just take them off because I don't want any more chips or dice or anything. I just want the one. I'll just layer my cardstock back down. I think it's that end, isn't it? If I remember rightly. Yes, it is, yeah. And re-ink the second one. Now, if you don't want to add a second one to your project, you don't have to, but I've got one as a flopper stopper and I've also got one behind my king. So that's why I've chosen 2. It's entirely up to you. Again, show craft along. Uh-oh. Oh, wait a minute.
No, that was right.
It's all right.
I think.
Silly me.
Yeah.
Can move it around. What am I like? So let's just push that down. See if I've got all the areas covered. If I haven't, perfect. Bingo.
Yeah.
First
Nice.
time. Look at that. Total pro. Total pro.
Like you've done it before.
It's like I've done it 1,000 times before, Ben. It is. Right, just going to move that out of the way. So pop all those. Love the fact that you can just peel that back now. And I'll just remove, because I think we've got all the stamping elements, yes we have, out of the way. Now I'm just going to very quickly put those back on. There we go, just so I don't lose any. And if you did watch the particular day that we were talking about, you'll totally understand it, why I'm doing it now. Because I lost the stamps.
And she had me in the bin.
I did, yes. So let's get all those bits back. Now, what I want you to do is the Craig way.
Right.
So we're not going to colour them in and then die cut them. We're going to die cut them and then colour them in.
Yeah.
Just in case we made a little faux pas, maybe move, it moves.
Yeah.
We don't want that to happen. So we'll get the die cut elements, we'll colour in afterwards. And that's the easiest way. So a little bit of low tack tape will be needed. Let me make sure, do you know, I forgot to, I always get my low tack tape bits ready. So I'm going to have to fudge this a little bit, but let's go on the first one. Let me grab some more low tack tape out. Thought I got loads, but I must have thrown it in the bin. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. That. Just very quickly. There we go. Right, so I'm going to do my dice. Line the dice up. You can see which way it needs to go.
Have you ever been to Vegas, Debbie?
No, I want to go.
Would you love to go?
Yeah, I do. It's on the
Bucket list.
bucket list, to-do list, whatever list you want to call it. I've always wanted to go. My daughter's been, and she said, I've got to go.
Ah.
Yeah, I've got to go. She said it's an experience like no other.
Would you be in the casinos? I could imagine you on the one-armed bandit.
I could, yeah, I could see myself there. Yes, I could. So, yeah, I really would love to go. Who knows? I don't think it's one of those that I could do on my own.
No.
You know, I'm not scared to go anywhere on my own. But I think Vegas, it's not that actually it's scary. I just think I'd like to share the experience with someone with it. So I think that's the reason why.
Someone who knew how to do well in a casino would be handy, wouldn't
Would that be you? Would you have a go at doing it? Your Laura wouldn't mind, would she?
Well, if I went to Vegas with you?
She wouldn't mind at all.
She probably wouldn't. I don't think I'd get away with going away with any other woman, mind you. But
you what, love?
I said I don't think I would get away with going away with another woman. But you, Debbie, probably, yeah. She'd probably be glad for you to take me off her hands for a week, to be honest. Me and you go and get the bright lights of Vegas.
Well, yeah.
Come back as millionaires. Can you imagine?
Oh, I really would love to go.
Yeah,
I really would.
be an experience.
One of those experiences. Now, the reason we put this into 2 dies is it gives you that creativity as a crafter.
Yeah.
But it also means that you can do this as well. So bearing in mind there's no die for that, it doesn't matter. What I'm just going to bring is my plates, straightforward dies, only needs the plastic shim and the other cutting plate over the top. Don't know where that random love heart came from. Oh, I do. The day we were actually doing this.
Oh, yeah. Today,
That's where it is. Yes, another little clue there.
Not your today, our today.
So when you take all of those off, what you will end up with, and if I just remove my tape, and this time, Debbie, don't throw it in the bin, you want to repeat it again, because we're going to use this die again. Remember, we've got the other one to cut out.
Yeah.
There's no point fussy cutting when you've got dies. Of course, you could fussy cut if you wanted, but you've got dies to do that job for you, so... And I'm not a fan of fussy cutting, as you know. And again, if you find that you've not overlapped it enough, just grab your little snippy scissors and just release. So I'm just releasing that. There we go, just release there. And then again, take out the chips, the dice, put that on there. And then we'll get on with a bit of colouring as well. So let's just take all of those, grab your little fussy cut scissors, and then just literally cut around.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to leave a little bit of a white space, but it really doesn't matter at this point if you do or you don't. I think that, again, is a personal preference. And then again, we're just going to finish off by bringing in that die again for the stack of cards, or the flush of cards, however you want to call that. So they're all ready for me to colour in. I'll just move those dies out of the way. In fact, let's put those back on there. And I'll just quickly shovel those. I'll sort those out after the show. And then just bring in that last piece and repeat. So we'll go in. And it's best to do this way rather than colour it in, because if your die does slip for whatever reason, as it's done with me many times in the past, I've then kind of ruined all the colouring in that I've done.
And that must be frustrating.
It's very frustrating, it really is. So yeah, just a little top tip, Craig, and I'm thankfully mentioned it to me, because seriously, I don't think sometimes I just want to get on with crafting, but just thinking about those things, and it just makes more sense.
And again, I think you've already described, but the reason that those dies are split there so that you can have them as a little edgeable if you want, and place them on your cardstock.
Yes, that's right. Yes, it could be just over the edge of a card, just down the side. Entirely up to you how you use those. So yes, and which is why I like the fact that we've done that, because we would turn that into just a one kind of way that you could use it, but this way it gives you lots of different ways that you can use it. I'm just going to tear that off just for a second, and then I think I just need to neaten that up a little bit, because I think I tore it out of the paper there. Yes, you did, Debs. Let's just get rid of that. There we go. Oh, one minute. That one. Just there.
Oh, yeah.
Right, lovely. So we'll get rid of that. Put the dice to one side. Now, I think at this point, I'm just going to push these to one side. I think we'll get on with our king. We'll get all the elements cut.
Oh, yeah, you can colour.
So we'll do the colouring in a moment. So I'm going to bring in the king die. So, and I absolutely love this one. I adore.
Brilliant,
adore.
Isn't it?
It's just fab.
There's the king.
It is, there's the king. Now, to speed things up, I am only going to use a little bit of matte black cardstock to put the king on. Put him on. I'm going to give him a blue jacket.
Of course. Blue shoes?
Oh, of course, blue shoes. I'm not going to bother with his hair. I'm going to keep it as a nice silhouette. So I've taken just a snippet of blue card, because I actually quite like the pattern. So I'm going to pop those on, and I'll try and get.
Were you a big fan of the king? Were you big fan?
So my sister was massive. My dad, not made us watch, but we watched all of his movies. All of his movies. Listened to all of his music.
Yeah.
And my sister was the big Elvis fan.
Yeah,
big Elvis fan.
I was more of a Shakin' Stevens man.
I love Shakin' Stevens back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, Julie.
If you love me truly.
Yeah.
Bit of Green Door.
Oh,
This Old House.
This Old House, 1981.
Yes,
Yeah.
number one, 1981.
Yeah, remember it well.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, I love Shaky. Right, so I've got my blue suede shoes, technically, blue jacket. Need a little bit of a collar, so I'm going to bring his collar in, and I'm going to have the collar on there, but also the microphone.
Yes.
So make it stand out that little bit more.
A sparkly silver mic, I love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, which is where the extra little bit of cardstock comes in. But again, these are for your bit boxes, just have a little play around with them. I could have gone with some blue trousers, but I'm going to just keep him as he is.
Yeah.
Now, because I have got some cardstock that's a little bit trickier to cut there, I am going to bring in my magnetic shim.
Right.
So we're going to pop that through, and we'll get all of those, and I think that's all of the elements for the king. It's my favourite die.
So good.
Out of the collection, but then I love the whole of the collection. So I struggled to know, I mean, when I was trying to decide on what to make for the craft along, I'm like, oh my God, I could have used everything.
I think it's one of the best collections we've ever done. I absolutely love it.
Love it.
It's so good.
Love it. It's absolutely fabulous. It really, really is. I remember back in the before obviously I knew it was going to be coming because when Tash took me into the room we're not allowed in. She showed me the theme for birthday, and I was sworn to secrecy. Me and Becky, it was me and Becky that went.
Really?
Yeah. We were like super excited, and this was the one. And we got to see everything, but this was the one that were like, oh my.
I wonder, why did you get the little sneaky peek then, I wonder?
You see, it's all you know, it's all you know. But yeah, I were like, I had to keep it under wraps for nearly 3 months. Do you know how hard that was?
You saw this 3 months before birthday?
Yeah, I had to keep it under wraps.
Did Leanne know that you knew?
No.
I was going to say.
No. Now she will, though. I've owned up, haven't I? But it's all right. It's gone.
Gone, yeah.
And listen, you can trust me with your deepest, darkest secrets.
That's it.
If you tell me something, it goes no further.
Wow.
It goes no further.
There you go.
So, yes, I am
I don't even know where that room is. It's so secret. So I've heard they blindfold you before they take you in there, so you don't know where it is either.
Right, I've got all my bits and bobs. I'm going to pop those on. So I'm going to bring in my little bit of tacky glue. There you are. We're going to pop on the King's jacket.
Thank you very much. Great shout cutting it out of the papers though, because then he's got like you say, a really cool designer jacket and the shoes as well to match.
Yeah, and also matches your design that you've. So I mean, look, that bit. I love, just love.
Snazzy.
And I love the extra detail with the collar as well.
Yeah.
The collar. Super cool. There's my tweezers.
Always flipped up, wasn't it, the collar?
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love. And it's so easy to put together and so perfect for your bit boxes. And we've talked about the bit boxes before, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
So absolutely perfect for that. Yeah. And then I'm going to put his blue shoes on, but rather than mess with the fiddly bits, I'm just going to put it onto the silhouette part. And make sure I've got the shoes in the right order. Soon know in a second. Yep, that's you, I think. No, I was right first time. There we go. Just love the attention to detail. I think it's absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, you'll have a lot of fun putting this together.
Well, I've seen something in the office of a football player being made in this.
A football player out of the King?
Yeah, I love it. Sam's had a play. Did Sam play with it, or did he get someone to do it for him? So Sam had a play with this die set and turned it into a footballer, and I thought, oh, that's genius. Absolute genius.
Yeah, okay, yeah, well, you obviously can do that because he has done it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like he's getting ready to boot the ball.
So I'll just pop that on.
That could be the corner flag.
I'm just going to stick that down. I need that to dry though. It'll not take that long, but I just need that to dry. But look how quick and easy that was to do that part of the King. He's so effective.
Yes.
He's absolutely. You could go to town. You could literally keep it simple. You could just cut it out in the black silhouette if you wanted to. But I like that attention to detail.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move those to one side. So we've got a card base. We've got our King. The next thing we're going to do is the colouring element. So I'm going to bring in a bit of scrap paper.
Rattling through here, Debbie, aren't you?
How are we doing for time?
Loads of time, haven't we?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So for colouring, I'm just going to switch my glasses just for a second because I need the right glasses on for this. Right, so I'm going to bring in just 3 simple colours.
Yeah.
Dark red blend, earth brown blend, or you could use, wait a minute, I thought that was gold brown blend. It is gold brown. Excuse me, someone's put the wrong top on. And ice grey blend. Yeah. So we'll start with the easiest chip, I was going to say then.
The easiest what?
The easiest chip.
Oh.
I'll do all the greys. I think what I'll do is I'll work in block colour in terms of colouring all the elements. So light colour down first. You can preserve an highlight if you want to preserve an highlight. So I'm not, but you can. But we can create a little bit of a preserved highlight by just leaving a little gap, so a little bit of shine there, or cover it all in and we could I'll rewind. We can preserve the highlight by simply using the next colours. So I've gone with the dark, so I'm going to come in and create a little bit of a shadow just onto there.
Yeah.
Mid. And go back in light. And I'm going to do the same around the edges. So I'm going to go in dark, and I'm only going to put a little bit down, a little bit of depth and dimension under each of the ridges of the chip. And then in with the light, medium, sorry. And then again, light. So we'll go
They have
back
tables in Vegas then, so if you've never played before, you can just go and they'll like practice tables. I bet you, do they sit you up on the practice table, then all of a sudden you start winning? They're like, oh, I've got the hang of this now, and then get you on the proper tables. Quick on the proper tables. Oh, but yeah, because Johnny, you've been, haven't you? Yeah.
So I don't think I'd be able to cope with pace. I mean, I get a bit agitated. We're going to go at bingo, and bingo's calling is rattling through numbers, and I'm panicking a bit. I think I'd be the same.
Callers, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. So that's the grey chip done. I'm going to let that settle and let that evaporate. But I also want to add a little bit of grey onto the cards. So I'm just going to, while I've got my grey out, I'm going to just pop this on. So I'm going to just add a little bit of a shadow around the cards. Makes it pop a little bit.
Yeah, I used to call the bingo at the holiday parks, and I tell you what, some people used to get proper naughty. If you called it too slow or you called it too quickly, my goodness me, you'd hear about it. Oh
Yeah,
dear, you had to have it like a steady pace.
Yeah.
So they could all mark it off, because you'd have some people in the bingo like marking 3 or 4 cards at the same time.
They're all digital though, aren't they now? They've got digital...
Oh, are they all digital now, they?
Yeah, they've got like boards, that's it, digital boards. I'm trying to think of the right name for them. And
Where's
I'm
the
like,
fun in that? Half the fun's
no
getting
fun.
your dauber out, isn't it?
Exactly, I like daubering. Wait a minute, that's
Yeah.
not a word. I like to get my dauber out and
Yeah.
give it a good old...
That's half the fun of it.
Exactly. Good old-fashioned bingo.
Oh, so it's all... Oh, how boring is that now? Digital.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to do the national game, didn't they, for the big money prize.
Right, so that's one part of the grey done. So I'm just going to do that, repeat that on the same just again, just to give it that little pop.
You ever won big at the bingo?
Have I won big at bingo? The most I won was £300.
Oh, nice.
But my mum and my sister were with me and they made me share.
Wow.
So I weren't happy. Because I've never won anything since.
Was that what was that, a housey?
One of the last games, do you know where they bump it up a little bit?
Yeah.
Although it was the second to the last game, because the last game was £1,000.
Wow.
I know, that would have been nice, wouldn't it? I came very nearly close on the boards where they do the, do you know the link? They call it link.
Oh, is that in between?
The link with the clubs.
In between games?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, the link to the clubs, the national.
Oh, my
yeah.
life. I was literally sweating for one number for about 8 or 9 numbers.
Oh, never.
And it was for £23,000.
Oh, no.
And the little old couple that were playing opposite me stopped playing their theirs because they thought I were going to win it. And it turns out I didn't. Somebody called, in of all places, Bristol.
Oh,
I know.
Bloomin' Bristol.
I know. Right, so
Southerners.
I've got my cards, but we are going to do a bit of colouring with it as well. But I think what we're going to bring in is just the brown. We'll go into the brown.
I can imagine you winning like 20. You'd have been dancing on the tables, wouldn't you, if you'd have won that?
I would have been. Oh, you wouldn't have been able to hold me down. You really wouldn't. Can you imagine winning £23,000?
No, I
oh,
can't.
my life.
Be
I mean, I know it's
amazing.
not a game changer in terms of a game changer for
Oh,
some people, but
it's
it's been massive for me, that.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh,
That'll do me, thanks very much.
absolutely.
23 grand, marvellous.
So I'm just popping a little bit of a darker one down there, and then again, I'm just going to a little bit of the lighter one. I'm not going to colour it all in.
No.
You can if you want, and I've realised that this isn't the colour that was said it was. They've really mixed this one up, so I don't know what's going off there.
It
However,
works, though.
I just need a little bit more. While I've got that colour out, we might as well go in and use that while we've got it. So again, I'm going to come in and just colour the cards in.
Yeah.
And while there's only a small area, I don't have to worry too much. And I think, yeah, we'll just come in with a darker one, just to give it that little bit of a pop. There we are, and we'll just repeat that on this side. Oh, actually, do you know what? While it's a vintage, let's colour them in.
Oh, I think yeah, producer Johnny just saying like playing cards. Is that like is that worldwide use? Does it always have like Jack, Queen, King? I think it does, doesn't it?
Is it? I think it is, isn't it?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cards, the worldwide language. Yeah.
I've never really thought of that. See, I never thought of that. Do you know, is it the same? Are these the same cards that you'd find in all over the world?
I mean, you have like, you know, when you go on holiday, you find some slightly different cards, don't you? But,
Oh, yeah.
but you know, always.
I dread to think what you're talking about, Mr. Mosby.
Well, you know, you go on holiday, like the scenic locations might be on a card, for example. That's what I'm talking about, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. I never thought of that. Now, I'm just going to colour just a few areas. This is down to you and down to personal choice. Oh, now then, did I hear something in my ear then?
We've got about 9 minutes left.
All right, so we will keep it pretty similar. Pretty similar. I'm just going to just have a little play.
Apparently some countries do have different suits, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Germany, Italy, Spain have different suits. So you, not your clubs, hearts and diamonds and spades.
Interesting, yeah. Love all these factual things we learn when we're
something
on
new every day,
Crafters.
don't you, eh?
Let's just go back in and do the same.
Learning about cards, but not necessarily the cards you expected to learn about.
Right, let's have a little look where we're going to go with that one. Yeah, we'll colour that one in as well. I'm trying to make sure I'm matching so it's not going to look too odd, but to be fair, it doesn't really matter. I think just have a little play, random play. So that's that colour done. I'm going to come in with the red. So we'll start with the lightest. Oh, actually, brown. Let's get the dice coloured in.
Oh yeah.
So again, I'm going to start with the light. If you want to preserve your highlight and you want to colour this into, you know, like we've taught you with the Academy of Colour and things like that, you absolutely can. I'm having to improvise because the colours are being mixed up, but it's absolutely fine. We'll work it, It'll be fine. And at the end of the day, if you want to block colour, there's no right or wrong. Don't feel like you have to do everything with the right shading and things like that, but yeah, if you want to and you want to have that detail, then please do.
Yeah.
And you won't be probably rushing. So again, just a slight colour. And then the last bit of colour, like I said, will be our reds. So I've got my dice. So let's bring in now our 2 chips and our playing cards. So I'll start with the red. They'll go in with the light. I think this is when I'm going to do a bit of block colouring rather than shading. So I'm just going to go in and just do a little bit of block. Sorry, I stopped talking when I'm colouring.
No, it's fine.
I keep forgetting. It's very hard sometimes to colour and chat at the same time.
I know, because you just get drawn into the sort of relaxation of it. And I too, watching you guys colour, then kind of switch off because I'm just mesmerised at the beautiful colours that you're using. All the details on your screen if you want the showstopper. It's a brilliant price for everything that you're getting. £104, $136. Hopefully, a lot of you will have received this or are close to receiving this. Once you do get it, do post up your makes. We love to see them on the I'm a Crafter's companion page. And of course, if you are going to be doing this craft along as well, do make sure you tag us, particularly Debbie. It's always nice to see your takes on the various makes. And sometimes it's nice, I think, when you take the general idea of a craft along that one of our experts has given you, but then perhaps you change it slightly. You know, you maybe use slightly different papers or add in sort of different elements. Put your twist on it, if you like.
Yeah,
it's always nice to see that, isn't it?
Yeah, I love that, to see the twists and the turns and the different ways and different variations of how other people interpret the craft along. Now, I'm going to have to speed through this because I have heard a little time check in my ear.
6 minutes left.
Yeah, so I'm going to speed through that. And then the chips,
Yeah.
I'll just do this one.
Yeah.
So we'll come in first and I'll lay down the lightest of colours. I have got some pre-made because I had a feeling that this would happen. So I have got a couple of these already pre-made.
What are the values of the different chips? Does anyone know?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Johnny's having a look.
Because there's different colours, isn't there,
Yeah.
as well?
Oh, white ones are $1 apparently. Those are the ones those are the ones I'd be betting with. The white ones. Red $5, green $25, black $100. Those are the ones producer Johnny would be using. The black chips. Yeah. What are the 50p ones? You don't get on the table if you're going to get 50p. Oh, okay. The 2p machines, the 8-penny shove machines. Remember those? You drop your little thing down, it'd like shove like a handful of like 2p's back out. But they don't have those in Vegas, do they?
How are we doing for time? Uh-oh.
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 Time to start sticking them to the card, isn't it?
I was just going to say, so I think what I'll do is I'll just colour this down. I think I should be... You think you always have enough time, and then,
Yeah, then time
literally
gets away from you at the
flies.
end.
So you would colour that in and shade it. I've actually just added a little bit of gel pen. So can you see, letting that dry off, just put a little bit of gel pen just in areas to create, and I'm just going to quickly shove all of those bits to one side, bring in my pieces, and I think what I'll do now then, have I got any glue gel? Let's bring our card base in.
Yeah.
One of these is going to be, in fact, I've got some foam pads, so I'll use my foam pads, is going to be your flopper stopper.
Okay.
And we are going to take that off.
What, one of the cards or one of the
chips? Decks of cards. So this flush of card, and you're just going to anchor to where you want that to be, and then just place that on. That stops your card from falling over. Then we're going to pop one just up at the top here. So I'll keep this flat, and I'm just going to run a bit of glue just around the bottom part. I don't want it to go over because I'm going to have it coming over the edge. So just take that, take it up to the top, and pop that down. Now you can, just to make sure, I've done that now, but if you want to keep it flush, just put your card flat, and then so that it'll fit into your 6x6 envelope. The next bit I'm going to do is I'm going to add the, I'm going to pop down, let me grab my dotty tape pen, I'm going to pop down my microphone, and we're going to come in and we're going to add that a little bit anchored. It's going to go over the cards.
Yeah.
I'm going to add my, I always want to call him Belvis now.
But it is Belvis, just call him
sorry,
Belvis.
I think it's like we've changed it from the King to Belvis.
He's got a better wig than Belvis, to be fair. Belvis's wig was a bit dodge.
Just a couple of foam pads onto your King.
Yeah. King Belvis.
And then,
King Belvis the first.
I'm going to anchor him going across, like so.
Yeah.
Bring in another foam pad just onto the back of the sentiments. And then we're going to add, so I'm going to bring in my tape pen. Of course, if you want to add a bit of height, pop your foam pads. But I'm going to put one chip going just a little bit under. This one, I'm going to anchor over the edge. And then my dice, and I've got my other two chips, so I'm going to bring in, I'll have me one chip there where I'm going to stick that underneath, like so. I'm going to put those up, because what I'm going to do is, in fact, actually, I'm going to put my dice just onto, let me grab this bit for a second, let me just grab that, and I'm going to pop my dice going just underneath him. And then lastly, last bit of decoration will be the chip at the bottom. And I'm going to put it near my deck of cards where my flopper stopper is.
Yeah.
So Debbie, if you can get... Don't fail me now. Don't know.
Get off there.
Pads.
There you go.
Me and foam pads, love, hate. And then I'm just going to pop that one down onto there.
Perfect timing, that.
And there you go. You've got
brill.
your tweezel card with your elements to create a real fun card, all Vegas themed, and literally one of the best ones that we've done. through birthday. I absolutely love it. I hope you've enjoyed this craft along as well.
That is an absolute winner, that card, isn't it? Absolute jackpot, that one. I love it so much. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget, if you want to be able to recreate that card, you will need... Best thing to do is go for the showstopper. It's all there for you. £104, $136 if you're a Platinum member. And, of course, when you go for that showstopper, add in the bonus buy bundle of your paper and card, and you will pick that up for just half the price. Everything is there for you. And indeed, if you just wanted to go for individual elements, everything there for you on the Shop Show. Massive thank you to Debbie. Brilliant, brilliant project. Thank you to you guys for watching, and we'll see you very soon again here on Crafters TV. Until then, bye for now.